Welcome, welcome, welcome to Sapphire Ridge News. Give people a few seconds to pile in, and we'll talk about our topic of the day. You know, I was just watching the ACLJ. Trump is not going to be happy. The male hostages reported that they are being hung by their feet, and they're only let down long enough to eat a little bit of something, and they're hung right back up by their feet. Hey, Julianne. How's Julianne? Can you hear me today? Trump is not going to be happy. He is not going to be happy at all. The ACLJ just announced that the male hostages are being hung by their feet and that they're only allowed brought down long enough to eat a little bit of something, not very much, and then they're hung right back up by their feet. That's why they look so awful. Look worse than the um, the inmates at Aus, Auschwitz. I have trouble saying that word. They look just awful. And Trump said last night that he was not happy with what he saw. He said they are being treated awful. He said that they looked worse than the. I have to be careful what I say. Than the Jews were being treated during World War II when they were held in the camps. And then the ACLJ said today that it's because the male hostages are being hung by their feet. That's despicable. That's awful. I am too. I am shocked and surprised that any of them are alive. And Trump said if one American hostage is unalive by them, he said, I will search the ends of the earth. I will not let it go. I will hunt them down. They will hold no quarter. Right. They did worse to the babies. They did worse. They did things to the babies I can't even talk about on here. I can kind of say it. It's outrageous that the moms were clutching their babies in their kitchens, and these brutal animals, what they are, animals, grabbed the babies from their moms and put them in the oven and turned it on. And then made the moms watch while they ard them. They don't deserve to live. That's why I was all in favor of Israel going in and literally cleaning house. Disgusting. Yeah, look what Trump did in Somalia. He will not let it go. Right. You're exactly right there. You know, you have these, I use the general word, people like Rashida Tlaib. She's a Palestinian. She is a Palestinian, and she's an elected member of Congress, our Congress. And, well, I won't go there. It makes me angry that we have one of, well, I'll say one of them working in Congress who loosely claims to be from Detroit, but when something goes on over there, oh man, my people this, my people that. What a crock. You know, your people are supposed to be here in America. Yeah, because the Palestinians were trying to overthrow the king. That's what it boils down to. The Palestinians are, I have to be careful how I word this. The Palestinians, well, see, before Hamas took over control of Gaza, the Palestinians were good people. They held down jobs in Israel. Israeli Jews worked and lived in Palestine, or Gaza rather. There is no there is no Palestine. No matter what the idiots on the left may think or say, there is no Palestine. Right. But in I think it was 76 or 78, they elected Hamas to be the leader of Gaza because they believed their lies. They believed that, Hamas would make things better for them, blah, blah, blah. All lies. All lies. Just so sad, you know. And this is of their own making, is the way I look at it, because they're so brainwashed by Hamas that they can't understand, oh yeah, they're hosing us. You know, when the Israelis were coming in to Gaza, the first thing they did is handcuff Palestinian citizens to equipment and stuff inside of the hospital so that they couldn't leave, so that they would be the quote sacrifice when the Israelis came in so that they could keep the hatred going. It's all so disgusting. You know, just today, they found that FEMA over the weekend gave $59 million to the city of New York to put illegals up in five-star hotels this weekend. Right. Dark money. I call it corruption. Paying $500 for a wrench when the same wrench, the same wrench, you could go to any big box store and buy the same wrench and spend $10 for it. But because the Pentagon ordered it, well, we have to make sure the the one that I think is hilarious is the toilet in the submarine. Well, we have to test it and make sure that when they go, so many thousand feet underwater, that the toilet won't explode. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Who believes that nonsense? You're just lining your pockets. Yeah, right. She's rich. She could pay that out of her own pocket. Why do we have to pay it? She thinks that is so important, she should just fork out the money herself. Oh, excuse me. Yep. I found out yesterday what cooked USAID, what really cooked them. Marco Rubio, as Secretary of State, sent them a letter to have them help them find waste, fraud, and abuse. They told Marco Rubio, we don't have to help you do anything because we are a world fund. We are not tied to the U.S. in any way. So we don't have to help you and we won't help you. They found out because they were all fired. Yeah, Mama got her set up real good. I was really disappointed in the halftime show yesterday. You know, they're in New Orleans, the birthplace of Dixieland jazz. Showcase Dixieland jazz, right? Wrong. They have some rapper get up there and talk on and on and on about nothing. Right? Right. That's exactly right. I was laughing at Jasmine Crockett this morning, saying that the president trying to save the country money was the type of thing that was done in Soviet Russia. Oh my goodness. Where do they find these stupid people at? Right? They don't save money in Soviet Russia. If anybody talks ill of the president in Soviet Russia, you disappear. Sometimes in the middle of the day, or you get a dart in the side of the neck and you mysteriously are unalived several days later. I was laughing so hard when she said that this morning. It's like, you are from Texas, right? She might as well move to Atlanta. And they would be right. A federal judge does not have a say in stopping an executive decision because the president is the head of the executive branch and can fire or hire anyone at will. Oh, these people, right? Yep. And I loved what President Trump did yesterday. On the way to the Super Bowl, he signed the executive order to make yesterday Gulf of America Day, recognized throughout the country. So now the next president can't come along and undo the naming of Gulf of America because it's now a holiday. Yes, I know exactly why he changed the name because Biden on Friday before Trump was to be inaugurated banned all drilling of oil and gas in the Gulf of Mexico for the next 200 years. 200 years. And the best way to change it was to rename the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America so that we could continue drilling there. Biden did some awful things to our country. And some, right, they did have a major oil spill in the past, and that is why the onus was supposed to change from the Gulf of Mexico to Alaska, where they drive out on the pack ice and do it all. It's basically through tundra on land, and I meant on the tundra instead of pack ice. But Biden put that off limits too. Right, cleaner oil in Alaska. And I found out recently, you know why um, Reagan declared ANWR, that part of ANWR for oil drilling? Because the oil find there is 5 times the size of the oil field find in Saudi Arabia. 5 times. Yeah, them are the old school oil rigs. My uncle Jerry worked in the oil fields in western Oklahoma. You know, miles and miles of Texas, huh? Yeah, I was watching ACLJ this morning, and they said after his vote out of committee, that once he gets out of committee, he's going to get in because the there's more people in the Senate that want the FBI cleaned up than are on the committee, which makes no sense to me. But and they're supposed to vote on Tulsi today at 5:30. Closed cloture. Yeah, him and Pam are going to be something to watch. Them two are going to be like a hand in a glove, right? They're going to be like a hand in a glove. Yeah, Pam was pissed last night. Remember, they said that somehow that the Tren de Aragua group found out that ICE was coming. Well, Christy Nome found out yesterday that it was the FBI that told them. And Pam was pissed last night. She looked right at the camera and she said, "You jeopardize the life of one of our fellow law enforcement agencies, agents, and we will come after you." She said, "We will come after you." Yeah, but the guy that leaked to the radio station, the FBI told him. And so Ham is going after the person at the FBI that told. And I thought, it's about time that they clean up this mess. Yeah, it must count me because it says we have nine. I don't know if it was a Spanish station or not. Yep. And I was thinking this morning when they said it was the FBI and that Christy Nome found out who at the FBI, and I thought, yeah, they're going to have a bad day. They're going to have a very bad day because Christy is going to call Pam and tell Pam what's up, what's going on, and somebody's going to get money on it. See, I think we cater too much to them. It used to be if you wanted to come here and be a citizen, you had to speak English. You had to learn to speak English. And now they have Spanish speaking stations. They put Spanish on all the directions. The way I look at it, that all needs to go away because this is America. We speak English in America. You need to learn to speak English. You know, I listened to a speech that Kerry Lake gave. It was like around November or December. Really kind of broke my heart. Kerry Lake said because of the way her and her family was treated, that she will never, ever again run for public office. And that's just so sad because she is a great politician. I love Carrie Lake because she speaks truth to power. She said, but I will never again run for public office. I will never again put my family in danger. Well, that's good, Julianne. But see, back in the 60s, they had to learn English, right? Right. And that's why Trump labeled the cartels as a terrorist organization so that he can go after them for how they treated Kerry. Yeah. See, it's not like that now. Everything now is translated for them into their language. You know, it needs to be merit based. Like, here's an example. Canada, you cannot walk across the Canadian border and just get in. Yeah. And if you don't have a skill and a waiting job, you cannot get into Canada. You have to have a skill and a waiting job in Canada. All right. I'm going to get off of here, grab me some lunch before my aide comes. Oh, I didn't come and do this. I thought I did. Oops. Okay, this won't take long. Right. See you next. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now.